Howdy folks, we're going to do two things today, which is activate parks in both Minnesota and Wisconsin. This is Root River State Trail, which comes to a head right here in Houston, Minnesota. It is designator US 9374 for Parks on the Air. So that's what we're going to do here today. I'm just getting my logger fired up here, and then we will turn on the radio and get on the way.
Okay folks, here's the deal.
I'm at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. This is going to be a special one. We're way up this mountain.
This is the operating station here.
Kilo Echo Zero Victor India Mike Park to Park.
The Traveler has come.
He was a huge, beastly, bulging man. Plates were from Kansas.
I'm going to treat this video not only as though it's for folks who are new to CW, Morse code, but also maybe for folks who aren't even in ham radio, but are interested in what Morse code is like. So I might try in my editing process putting two translations in there. So we'll have one that just translates the code straight, but there's still kind of code within the code. So, you know, the shorthand that we send each other, what does it really mean? And put that translation over on the other side of the screen. So even if you're not in ham radio, or you're just not familiar with how Morse code contacts happen, you'll be able to understand it regardless. So that's what we're going to do here today. I'm just getting my logger fired up here, and then we will turn on the radio and get on the way. I've got to find my location information to put it into my logger, which has changed significantly since my last activation. I am at 43.7644 north, and wow, my longitude is substantially different. 91.5708. Grid Square, Echo Nancy, 43, Fox Sierra. I am now in the state of Minnesota, so I gotta think how to send Minnesota. I can tell everyone I'm in Minnesota. I've been sending Wyoming for a long time. I might do that accidentally once. Now I need to know what county I'm in. There's a really neat site to find out what county you're in. If you're in a strange area and you're not real sure, the name of that site is What County Am I In? So I go there, I always have to give it permission to know my position. I think, am I in Houston County? Yeah, it is Houston County. All right, logger's got all the information it needs. I'm gonna get a little more air. Next thing I'm gonna do is find an open frequency. I'm gonna operate on the 20 meter band. So at the very low end of the band, 14 megahertz, I will get, I will find Morse code operation just like this. For those of you that are wondering, does anyone actually ever do Morse code? Well, here you go. We just found some right there without too much hunting. So I'm going to find a spot where it sounds like nobody is using. I'm in the middle of the country, so I should be able to hear, unless they're in a neighboring state, I should be able to hear if anybody, you know, coast to coast is up. I'm not in the right band here. I should be able to hear if anybody east or west is operating on this frequency. Okay, here's the one I was planning on using. Somebody's there. Another thing I'll do is I'll go to the Parks on the Air webpage and find out who's already activating parks and what frequencies they're on. We call that spotting. So if I'm activating, I can spot myself, and that just tells everyone what park I'm in, who I am, what frequency I'm on, and they can come in and hunt me and contact me and get credit for activating me, or get credit for contacting me, contacting the state, and contacting the park. They might be interested in any or all three of those. Usually the state or the park, not me. So let's see, I can filter this to show me any Morse code operators on 20 meters, 14 megahertz. And a lot of times what I try to do is find another activator and get reasonably close to them. We don't want to overlap. I don't want him or the people calling him to overlap onto my frequency and vice versa. So I'll leave a little bit of space but it's just easier for the hunters if we're reasonably close together. Like there's someone at 148.50 in Washington. I don't know if I'd be able to hear him, but I might go up to 149.50, lock in that frequency. I'm just going to sit here and listen for a bit and make sure it doesn't sound like anyone's out there. I mean, it's possible if there's a conversation going on, I can hear one, but not the other. And the person that's talking right now, that's sending code, is the one I can't hear. So if I give it a few minutes, theoretically, it could go back to the other person who then I can hear, and then I would know they're there and not transmit over top of their conversation, which is annoying. Okay, all my settings are how I want them. I don't hear anything. So the first thing I'll do is ask if the frequency is in use. And that is really loud. So I'm just asking, is the frequency in use? Is anybody out there? I might hear an RR for Roger Roger. Might hear an RR for Roger Roger if they are. A negligent discharge there with the keyer. Back to the spots. Check them again, make sure no one's close to me here. That other guy might have stopped. We'll see. Okay, I'll add my spot. 14049.5 kilohertz. US 9374. And then I put CW down here in the comments, and that then organizes me. It puts me in the CW slot. It tells everyone I'm running Morse code, which the frequency would tell them that too. Okay, spot. All right, so that's done. So now anyone looking on the internet will be able to see that I'm spotted. Ask if the frequency's in use one more time. Seems good. Get the number. 9. Okay, it's a KW. I'll come back to him. I gotta get I gotta get my input here. Something route state trail. I'll have to change that later. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, just missed the cue. Good afternoon. It is noon where he is. Golly. Virginia. Man, I'm having trouble. Okay, he took that as the end. Okay, I'm gonna go QRT, I'm gonna leave. Whew, man, my dits were sloppy. So if you don't know ham radio, Morse code, or anything like that, this is what we call a paddle keyer. And if I press on one side, I get all DAs. It just goes da 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 da. And if I just hold on this side, I get dits. Dit. So, you know, by going back and forth, then we can send the code. And you might have heard a number of times, you know, I was just not getting the right number of dits in there. And as you go faster, you know, I used to send at 15 words a minute. Now I'm sending at 16 words a minute. And that just little adjustment seems to have thrown off my dits. So I'm having a hard time getting exactly the right number of dits. This is also, I mean, this is a nice keyer. It's a high value keyer. It's kind of a cheap keyer. It's good for portable use. A nicer keyer would, you know, a higher quality, a much more expensive keyer would help me with that. But you know, when you're learning, this is what you end up with, and when you're portable, a lot of times this is what you end up with. Maybe a nicer keyers in my future, and that would kind of help that out. I just need to get better too. All right, so that wraps up this activation at I gotta look up the name again because I got that all wrong. Root River. That wraps up the activation of Root River State Trail. It gets me MinneSOTA. And now we're on to Wisconsin. Hopefully we can get that done before rain starts falling. That's the goal. Any questions, anything you think I missed, drop them in the comments, and I'll get back to you reasonably fast. KE0VIN, the Travelin Ham, 73.
Okay, folks, here's the deal.
I'm at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. This is going to be a special one. We're way up this mountain.
This is the operating station here.
Kilo Echo 0 Victor India Mike Park to Park.
The traveler has come.
He was a huge, beastly, bulging man. Plates were from